Alrighty, then we're going to go ahead and get started here. First, I want to do a little bit of a poll so I get to know you guys a little bit and what your needs are and what your wants are. So I'm going to go ahead and launch the poll. So how many years have you been trading? Okay, so looks like we have a pretty mixed group. So a lot of you have only been trading 1 to 3 years, and then a lot of you have been trading over 10 years. Okay, so let's close that one. Let's go ahead and do the next one. So are you as consistent and profitable as you want to be? Okay, so pretty much everybody says no. All right, let's close that. And have you ever seen the Money Flow Tracker software before? I know some of you are in my trade room, so okay, so it's looking like it's pretty close to 50-50. All right. And last one, if I can show you how to be more consistent, would you be interested? Guess that's kind of a dumb question. Everybody should say yes. Okay. No questions, a dumb question. All right. So now I kind of have an idea about you guys, and we'll go ahead and get started. First, my name is David Kushner. I'm with Right Line Trading. I run one of the trading rooms. That's me up there in the top right-hand corner. And this is the rest of our team. Mark Miller is the owner. Rory is the one that takes care of all the office work. And we have Charles and Brock, our support, and Sergio is our programmer, and David and Craig run the other rooms. Okay, so let's get the disclaimer out of the way. I want to, try to get through this webinar as quickly as possible within a way that you guys can understand it. So basically, this is saying that you must be aware and risk of willing to accept in order to invest in futures and option markets. Don't trade with money you can't afford to lose. This is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account or is likely to achieve profit or loss is similar to those discussed on this webinar. Past performance of any trading system methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. Everything we talk about here is for educational purposes only. Okay, so who am I? So my name's David Kushner. I've been trading the markets for over 20 plus years. I've traded stocks, options, futures. I traded Forex for 12 years. My background was I was a business owner. I started my own auto parts business when I was 18 years old, and I had that business for over 28 years and before I sold it. And since then, I've been trading full time. So like most of you, you probably have a whole shelf full of indicators, trading systems, or hard drives full of indicators, trading systems that, came with a lot of empty promises of helping you become more profitable and more consistent, right? I know that I do. I probably have 5 or 6 hard drives full of stuff, but a lot of them were hard drives where, if you had a, 512 hard drive, that was a big hard drive back then, but anyways. So I was watching a webinar that Mark Sachs did, and I saw the money flow tracker system. And like a light bulb went off in my head, and I quickly realized that this methodology isn't based around the same old indicators that everybody else teaches, but more based on mathematical modeling and triple and quadruple screen analysis. So now I only trade with institutional money flow. So when I talk about order flow or money flow, it's always going to be institutional. We trade with institutional money flow, order flow. And this has made me more profitable and much more consistent. And now I'm running over a 70% win-loss rate. So what we're going to go through in this webinar is how the money flow tracker software works, the high probability setups, the unbreakable rules, and I emphasize unbreakable. If you break the rules, you're not going to have high probability setups. So how I trade breakouts and sidestep a lot of losing trades, and how to pass evaluations, become a funded trader. Okay, so if you stay till the end of the webinar, it's about 45 minutes or so. We have a very special discount, and we have a great Black Friday special that we're doing. So it'd be worth it for you to stay. All right. So what do you need to create trading success? Well, the first thing you need is software that will provide you with the competitive edge over all other traders. The second thing you need is that edge to track the direction of money flow, institutional money flow. 3, etched in stone rules to follow. And if you have etched in stone rules and you follow the rules, this will eliminate discretionary trading. Like thinking like, well, this looks like it's going to go up, so I'm going to go long. It doesn't work that way. And the fourth thing, which is the most important in my opinion, is patience. Patience, discipline to let the trade set up. Right? So I'm going to break down the system in detail. Right? But first, I'm just going to show you a few screenshots of a few trades that we've been taking. Right? Here's a couple of options trades. Here's another options trade. Another options trade. Right? 2 more option trades. Here's a trade on 30-year bonds. We were in this trade all day long. 41 ticks. 30-year bonds is $31.25 a tick. That's $1,281 per contract. Right? Here's a trade on the euro. Right? So let's just get into it. You know, I just like to get down to it and explain everything. So it's likely you have a problem making money. You know, from the poll, you know, I can understand that. I was in your position myself. Right? Why? Why do you have a problem? You don't have the proper tools to efficiently manage your trades. You overtrade, you revenge trade. That's the big one. You make impulsive trading decisions. You lack consistency. You trade with indicators that lag price. You know, most indicators lag price, right? You lack a mathematical proven trade methodology like the money flow tracker is. All these things lead to blowing up trading accounts, whether they're evaluation accounts, whether they're prop firm accounts, whether they're whatever. It just leads to blowing up accounts. So my commitment to you for coming to the webinar this evening is to bring this to an end. Okay, I've been trading with the money flow tracker software for almost 3 years, and I was a customer of Rightline. Okay, I bought the software, I learned the software, I've been trading with the software. Okay, so why did 95 to 98% of traders go broke? Right? Because they follow the same old things: price action, MACD, Elliott wave. Oh, it's like got divergence, it's going to make a turnaround. Right? Price patterns, Fibonacci. I could pull fibs from any high and low and get something to line up. Okay. Yeah, none of these have any future predictive properties. I'm not saying that the money flow tracker can predict the future, but our software does a lot better job than any of this, right? So a little bit about Mark. Mark Sachs was the one who designed the software. He had over 15 plus years in the study of field of applied mathematics. He was a professor at Jefferson University. He did work for the U.S. Navy, for the U.S. Army, a couple of other big corporations, you know. So he designed the software that can radically change your trading account and your performance. So it's likely you've never seen software like this because it is really, truly, totally unique. And we have over 500 traders that trade between the 3 trading rooms, shoulder to shoulder every day, right? But before we get into the money flow tracker software, I'd like to share with you my trading performance. So I use a online trade journal. Okay, it's called Edgewonk. I've been using it for a couple of years now. Every day at the end of the trading day, I do my performance report in NinjaTrader. I go down to my trades, I export my trades into a spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet, and then I come every day, I go here, click there. This is today's 11/28, I've already imported it. And what it does is it puts all my trades, lists all my trades in here, and the trade IDs also, right? But the home page is where I really want to get to. So look, this is what we've done so far in November, right? This is our total for November. November, we've done $14,395. October, we did $10,683. September was slow. August, we had our best month, 18,000, right? And I could open these up and it shows me what have I done each week. It displays it per week, okay? So we don't really have very many losing weeks. But, you know, if you look at just for November, the first week we did 6,000. The second week we did 2895. The third week we only did 1,200, right? And so far this week we've done 960. But we don't trade every day. We didn't trade yesterday. We didn't trade the previous Monday. We didn't trade, well, the 24th, the 23rd was Thanksgiving, so we didn't trade these days either. So how many days didn't we trade? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days we didn't trade this month. And we still did 14,395. So what the software is really good at, and here's my equity curve, right? What the software is really good at is keeping you out of choppy, non-trending markets. Okay, if you look at July, okay, look how many days in July we didn't trade. We're not going to count July 4th, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. I was away these days. It wasn't days that they didn't have setups. I was away. Okay, so 7 days we didn't trade. 7 out of 20 days, right? And what did we do? Reports. What did we do in July? $9,000, right? So the software will keep you out of markets. Here's September. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days we didn't trade in September. What did we do in September? 54.48. September was a slow month. All right. But the software will keep you out of non-trending, choppy markets. Right. And this is what our win rate is for the month of November, 87%. And for the year, we're at 74% for the whole year. But look at our profit factor for the year, 2 to 1. Look at it for the month, for this month, almost 6 to 1. And we had 2 losing days here, but we had some really nice winning days. So this is my track record. This is what I use every day. I download this. I download all my trades into here. You know, I can look at performance by day. Here's the last 6 months on one screen. Look how many losing days we've had. They're not really very big losing days. A lot of small losing days, maybe one big one here and there. But overall, we have a lot more winning days than losing days. All right, so this is my track record. These are trades that I call out in the trading room every day. Right? All right, so let's go here. So what does the market consist of? The market consists of many small retail traders plus one or more large institutional trader. Okay, so the small marbles are the retail traders, and the big purple bowling ball or whatever is the institutional traders. So do you want to trade along with the guys that mostly lose money, or do you want to trade along with the institutions, the ones that move the market? Okay. Um, we want to trade with the institutional traders, and that's what the money flow tracker does, right? So here's the trading system. It's really simple once you learn it, and it doesn't take very much to learn it. So the money flow has three key metrics: triple screen assessment of correlative markets using I should change this slide and just put AI, neural network, because now everything's called AI, but years back, everything was called neural network. So it's AI neural network, right? Triple screen assessment of order flow, right? You have to have order flow, and triple screen assessment of the Laguerre for momentum. So what do we mean by triple screen assessment? Means that you have your trading chart, if it's a 2-minute, your next time frame is multiples of 3. 6-minute, the next time frame is 18-minute. We mostly trade with Uniranko bars, so we have to use range bars as our higher time frames. Okay, so it's really, I like to keep things simple. It's a 3 time frame buy or 3 time frame sell, right? So, the first most powerful force that moves price is the triple screen assessment of order flow. So when I say order flow, the first thing that comes to my mind is charts like this, right? You got numbers to the right, numbers to the left, numbers on the bottom, numbers on the side, numbers on the top, numbers on top of numbers. It's virtually impossible for your brain to try to make sense of all this going on here and make good trading decisions at the same time. Okay, it's just we have a different way of showing order flow. We don't need all these numbers, right? So when we say triple screen assessment of order flow, means that we want order flow going in the same direction on 3 time frames. Okay, triple screen assessment is 3 time frames, right? So what we did was we took the delta of each candle, right, and the 2 higher charts, right, and we placed these into a 15-period SMA line, right? So obviously green would be sloping up, red would be sloping down, and yellow would be going sideways. But we look at it in a different way. So I'm going to pull up this chart, right? And you see these wicks inside these Renko bars? These are our wicks. These are our hybrid candles, we call, right? But these are the wicks. We're the only ones that will show you price action inside a Renko bar. And it's important, and I will get into it a little bit more. But how we look at order flow is the outline of the candle. If it's green, means that we have a positive delta in this candle. But let's make it easier. If it's green, it means there's more buyers in these candles than sellers. Sellers came and tried to push it down, but the buyers still took over and went up. Red means we have more sellers in the candle than buyers. Easy peasy, simple, very simple, very easy to understand. All right, so let me get this out of the way, right? So the second most powerful force is a triple screen assessment of momentum using the Laguerre, right? And I just showed you the hybrid candles, right? So when you have the wicks, and the wicks are very small, that's acceleration. When you see the wicks pulling back further down in the candle, it's losing a little momentum, right? And the same thing on the downside. All right. So acceleration used the modified Laguerre. So this is the modified Laguerre. So what we did was we took all these indicators, added an algorithm and some other smoothing factors, and we developed the modified Laguerre, which is on the bottom, right? It's an oscillator, but it's not an oscillator like other oscillators. It doesn't show divergence. It only shows the strength of the trend, okay? The strength of the trend. So again, we want to see triple screen assessment of momentum. We want the highest time frame, the mid time frame, and the trading time frame, all with momentum going in the same direction, right? And so what we did was we took all those indicators and we put them in the percent K lines, right? So our charts, when I say lines, I mean these lines on the bottom. All right. So this is the modified, this is the multiple time frame Laguerre. This is the modified Laguerre on the bottom, and we'll get into it. Okay. Okay. So the modified Laguerre, this is the line that's on top of it. When it crosses below 20, this will turn red. All right. When it crosses back above 20 and is sloping up, it will be lime green. And when it crosses above 80, it will turn dark green. And when it crosses below and is sloping down, it will be orange. So it came down and then it started sloping back up and it turned lime green. Now, once it crosses above 80 and is pinned to 100 or below 20 and is pinned to 0, you'll get the acceleration dots, and that's where the momentum comes in. So you have to have the acceleration dots. As long as it's pinned at 100, you'll get acceleration dots. You see here it came down below it and we lost them. And then here a couple candles that went back up here and we got them. Right? So these are acceleration dots. So let's go into the neural net, the AI, right? And that's the third most powerful force that moves price, the quant lines. We have a long term and a short term. So the quant lines consist of 28 market components. They're examined by our AI system for correlation. Now, correlation is very important, and most people don't pay any attention to it at all, right? So when you have the euro currency going up, wouldn't it be nice to see the euro, the pound, the yen, and the Australian all going up at the same time? Or if you see, let's say, NQ going up, wouldn't it be nice to see ES, YM, RTY all going up at the same time? That's powerful. You know, the old saying, a rising tide floats all boats. Well, it's true. You know, you want to see strength coming into either making the dollar stronger or the dollar weaker, or the market stronger or the market weaker across the board. Okay, and if you have any questions, just put them in there. We'll get to all the questions. I just want to get through most of the presentation first. Right? So we took it one step further, right? And we developed what we call the C2 indicator. And what the C2 indicator does, it brings in another time frame. So not that now we're not looking for triple screen assessment, we're looking for quadruple screen assessment. So 4 time frames in agreement. And that's why it will keep us out of choppy, non-trending markets by having the 4 time frames in agreement. Because the market has to be trending to have 4 time frames in agreement. If it's not, you're not going to get setups. And it's going to keep you out of the market as long as you follow the rules and you take qualified setups. Right? If you don't follow the rules, I can't help you. All right. And that's really the way it is. And I could see a few people in here from my room. We have Serena's, we have John Baker, we have we have Dr. Ken. I could see at least half a dozen. So, you know, what the C2 is, it brings in a 4th time frame. So you just would take 2 times 18 would be your 4th time frame. 3 times 18 would be your 4th time frame, right? So let's put everything all together. I explained to you about the quants, about the modified Laguerre, about the multiple time frame Laguerre, but let's put it all together and you'll see how easy it is, right? So here are the rules and the setups. First thing you need is a colored background. Why? the colored background gives us 3 time frames in agreement. 3 time frames in agreement, the colored background. It's either going to be green or dark pink. Right? The next thing, the C2 indicator is displayed on top of the bars in this stair-stepping line. So we have to have the C2, we have to have the colored background. The third thing is we have this solid line, which is the trend line, and then we have the 15, which is the dot dash line. Right? The fourth thing, if you have a pivot or higher time frame support or resistance, or the VWAP or whatever in your way, an obstruction or resistance or a support line, you must break that pivot or whatever it is by 3/4 of the body of the candle, and then you must get a pullback candle to take the trade. And I'll explain to you in my pullback and go strategy why. Right? Both quants must be either green or red. The short term is on the top, the long term is on the bottom. Right? The multiple time frame Laguerre must be green or red. The modified Laguerre must be green or red, and we must get the acceleration dots. Right? And that's the setup, and that's the result from this trade. Exit when the 15, the dot dash line changes color. This is 63 ticks per contract. That's as easy as it gets. Right? So let me see something. Here's a couple questions. Thanks for showing your track record. Is your P&L for one of my P&Ls on 6 accounts? I have no problem with showing my track record. Okay, I have nothing to hide. What's the difference between the AI thing, which the getting accounts funded? My goal is to make 10K a month more a day with 10 accounts. Okay. That last CL trade was over in 10. Yeah, most of our trades are over in pretty quick. I trade 2 contracts per trade. Okay, so here's a trade on gold. That's 60 ticks. Here's a trade that I took on CL. This trade, my first profit target is 10 ticks. And then I exited on line change. You see entry, exit on line change. This was $650 per contract. Okay, that's 10 ticks is 100 and 55 is 650. So take 650 times 6 accounts. You know, this day was $3,900 on one trade times 6 accounts. That's where leveraging having multiple accounts comes in. So what does the software give you? Clear and exact entries, clear and exact exits. You get all the ATMs all set up for you per market. We have all the settings, different bar sizes for different markets. So I'm going to show you how I trade breakouts, and we sidestep a lot of losing trades doing it this way. Sometimes we miss some winning trades, but I'd rather sidestep a lot of losing trades and miss one winning trade once in a while. So I call this strategy my pullback and go. So here's the strategy. Let me get my little marker here because it's easier for me to draw this. Okay, so here is the pivot, and the shaded area is the higher time frame support. All right, so look, we broke the pivot by 3/4 of a candle. Then we got the pullback candle. So why do we wait for a pullback candle? Well, this is breaking support. When I get a pullback candle, when it gets to about halfway of the candle, I click on our tool that says sell on down close, and it places an order 1 tick below the low of this candle. So why do I do this? Because a lot of times you'll break a support, it'll come down, retest it, and then sometimes it just goes like this. A lot of times it just goes like that. It's a hedge fake, false breakout, stop run, whatever you want to call it. There's orders here and the market went down and grabbed them. Okay, if it continues on down, fine, we're in the trade. But a lot of times it doesn't, and it goes up, and we sidestep this trade because we never get filled. If this candle was to close up here, this order would get canceled automatically with the tool that we have that I'll be showing you. Automatically would get canceled. So look, here's one that I took. Here's my markers again, right? Broke the pivot, 3/4 a candle. This was pulling back. I placed my order here, first profit target, second profit target. Here's another one on crude oil. Here's 2 trades on the Canadian dollar, right? So now I want to talk about the auto trader, all right? This is the money flow tracker auto trader, okay? And what the money flow tracker auto trader does, it trades on a 24/60/120 bar. It's a big bar size. Every bar that closes and opens is 24 ticks, 24 ticks, 24 ticks, 24 ticks, 24 ticks. Okay? This was 704 ticks. We only trade micros on this. Right? We only trade MNQ on this. Here's 665 ticks. Right? Here's 1,016 ticks. Right? 792 ticks. So what does the auto trader do? The auto trader, this is the these are the equity curves for 2021 and 2022. Here's the auto trader chart. What does the auto trader do? The auto trader, and you know what? I don't think I'm going to be able to show it on here because I don't have an, well, I can show it. Let me add some more data here. No, that's not, definitely not enough. Let's do 14 days. Excuse me. It's not going to keep, I'm not going to show the wicks inside the candles because once you reload the chart or restart NinjaTrader, the wicks will go away. They don't stay in history in NinjaTrader. So, okay, so here's a trade. So what are the rules for the money flow tracker? Right? What are the rules? Colored background, check. 15 below the trend line, check. C2, check. Right? Quants, both green, check. Multiple time frame of the gear, green, green. Acceleration dots, it will take the trade automatically. It will take the trade automatically. It will not trade into a pivot. It will not trade into a higher time frame support and resistance. It waits until it candle closes, 3/4 of the candle closes above it. Right? That's what it does. Let me remove these drawing tools. Right? It waits until 3/4 of the candle closes above it, and then it takes the trade. It does not wait for a pullback. Okay? But in order to get everything lined up on this chart, because it is a 24 tick chart, you have to have a trend in place and a good trend in place. Okay, it doesn't lose very often. Okay, the money flow tracker auto trader doesn't lose that often. Okay, because it has to have a good trend in place. And a good trend in place is something like this, where you have the 15 and the trend line diverging from each other and everything lined up. This is sloppy, okay? This is sloppiness. It won't take a trade here because the 15 is not below the trend line. Okay, so all it does is follows the rules. It follows the rules that I just went through. except it follows the rules on a higher time frame chart. All right. It will take a trade whenever you want. If you want to let it trade 24 hours a day, it will trade 24 hours a day. You can set it to turn on at 9:30 and turn off at 4 o'clock. Okay. Casey, you do not need to be a funded or prop trader to be in my room. I have lots of people in the room that trade their own accounts, and I have lots of people in the room that trade, either Apex Trader Funding or one of those firms, right? We have a mixture, so it's not just for prop traders. We focus on the setups and the markets. Doesn't matter where we're trading. Okay, so I'm going to go through how to pass the evaluations, right? This is the whole thing. I'm only kidding. Okay, focus on the process. Don't focus on the carrot. Too many people focus on the carrot. They're like, well, I just got a $50,000 accounts and I need to pass these accounts because, I want to make all this money. And, so they're focusing on making all that money instead of focusing on the process. If you focus on the process and you trade well, the money will follow, right? And why? Because the challenges or evaluation accounts or whatever they call them, okay, they're really designed to make you fail because of all the parameters that they put in place, okay? How many trading days to pass, the trailing drawdown, right? Well, you only have to trade X amount of days to pass. Okay, I've passed them in 1 or 2 days, and then I still have to trade. And so what I do is I trade 1 micro, I click buy, and then I click exit. If it wins a tick or two, it wins. If it loses a tick or two, I don't care, right? But you have to trade for at least 10 days, I know, with Apex. The trailing drawdown is a big issue. People don't realize, okay, that trailing drawdown goes from the high watermark of your account. So the trailing drawdown gets them, right? We have a way to minimize all that. Then we'll talk about in the room. And all these things really, or let's say you have, your renewal is up and you have 3 or 4 days till your renewal comes up and you're like, well, I'm $300 away from passing, I don't really want to pay another whatever for the renewal. And they force trades and now they're not $300 from passing, now they're blown the account. Okay, so all this causes sloppy trading, revenge trading, impulse trading, stresses you out. You know what? The accounts are cheap now. Apex runs, they have 90% off, 80% off. It's not a big deal. Spend the extra $30 or $33 or $34. And if it takes you 2 months to pass, it takes you 2 months to pass. This is not a sprint. It's a marathon. And when people pass their funded accounts, I tell them, trade micros. You're in no hurry. You don't need to be in any hurry. Just trade micros, and, so, this is kind of my process. I don't risk any more than 10% of the drawdown because in all reality, if you sign up for a 50K account and it has a drawdown of $2,500, you're trading $2,500 account. Okay, you're not trading a $50,000 account. You're trading the drawdown. Okay, and if you think about that, you're trading the drawdown instead of I'm trading a $50,000 account. It sounds good. It's kind of impressive, but you know what? I'm not here to impress people, and neither should you be. You should be here just to make money consistently. And financially have financial freedom, right? So, look. I showed you what our win rate for this month was, 87%. But let's say our win rate for the whole year was 74%, right? If you're trading at 1-to-1, you have to be over 60% in order to be profitable, which we are, okay? We're profitable because we're way above 60%. But if you're trading 2 to 1, you only have to be right 40% of the time, okay, to be a profitable trader. If you're 3 to 1, you only need to be right 30% of the time if you're a profitable trader, right? We're running, what did I say we were running this month? We're running a 2 to 1, right, for this month. I don't know, for this month, we're running 5 to 1, right? 5 to 1. We could be right 20% of the time and still be profitable. Okay? That's how you pass. If you're risking the dollar to make a dollar, you better be right over 60% of the time. Otherwise, you're not going to be profitable and you're going to blow up accounts. Okay? So I love this little guy here with the crash helmet on. He's going to get that cheese and he don't care if he gets hit in the head. But rather than avoid risk, take intelligent risk. And this will give you that competitive edge. So Casey, I am an honest guy. I love trading. I love teaching people to trade. I love seeing people that I've taught trade, make money and be have financial freedom and and come to me in the beginning and they were like, I'll get into it a little bit later, but I have some testimonials from somebody that came to me and said, was in one of my webinars, and he typed a message to me. He says, I am the world's worst trader. I'm thinking about giving up trading. Can you help me? Right? So I'll talk about it in a little bit. But what is trading success? It's financial freedom, no financial pressure. You work from home. You have no boss. You have no commute. And you have the advantages of being a full-time trader. And what are those advantages? You have flexibility. You're your own boss. You never stop learning, okay? You make money to be able to support your family, your lifestyle, whatever, and gives you, a balanced work-life balance. You don't feel like trading one day, you don't have to. The market's going to be there tomorrow. So you don't really have to trade every day, right? So look, I explained the software, I showed you everything. So now the most powerful software and trading methodology is available to the small retail traders like you guys. But see, I don't consider myself a retail trader. People ask me, well, what do you do? I said, I'm an institutional trader. Really? What is that? I said, I trade with institutional money order flow. Oh, really? How do you do that? Okay, come to one of my webinars and you'll find out. But I consider myself an institutional trader, not a retail trader, right? And I think I want to change that slide. And why? Because we trade with the institutional money flow. If we don't have order flow, we don't take the trade, right? So how do we tell if we have institutional order flow? Well, obviously the markets are closed or we're in Asian market right now or whatever. But you see this number on the bottom of the chart, right? Right here. This happens to say 18. This resets every minute. So this is going to reset in 3, 2, 1, and it'll reset that back to 0. Okay, my clock might be off a little bit, right? So what we look for is like when the markets are open and the markets are moving, there's a certain amount of volume that we look for on certain instruments. And when we see that volume high, we know institutions are stepping into the market. And when we see those volumes are low, we don't take trades because those are retail traders trading against each other, and and we don't take trades in those type of markets. So so now you have two choices. If you're making money and you're consistent, which I take most of you aren't from the poll I did, right? Then your second option would be take action today and join us and all our traders that work 4 hours, plus or minus from home. You have no boss. You have total financial freedom. Look, we waited this morning. We didn't get our first trade till maybe 20 to 11. And we took a trade on, what did we take a trade on, as a matter of fact? We took a trade on gold, and we had a nice trade on gold. And we were done for the day. One trade, one and done. But we had to wait, and we had to be patient, and we had to wait for the setup. Right? So the benefits and features of the Money Flow Tracker software: easy to learn. You get all the workspaces, all the templates, perfect for beginners. You can trade any account size. Hey, look, I have people that just trade with the auto trader. They have jobs. They set it to go on it when the market opens and go and not take any more trades after a certain amount of time, and exit your positions before the market closes. And they're happy, and they, if they take a trade, they take a trade. If they don't take a trade, they don't take a trade. You can trade futures, forex, stocks, and options. So for the first 10 traders that come aboard, right, we have some additional software plus more. Okay. So the first 10 traders, you're going to get the market scanner, which is a $999 value. So what does the market scanner show us? Well, this is the market scanner that I use because I'm using Renko bars. So for instance, like gold, it's showing us a buy. We're trading it on a 2-5-10. But what is gold chart looking like? Where is it? As a matter of fact, oh, that's not it. You see, I know it's here because it's behind the slide here. Okay, right here. Oh no, that's why I'm home. Gold. See, we have the C2, we have the trend line, we have the colored background, we have the 15 below the trend line, we have the C2, we have the quant screen. We don't have the multiple time frame, the gear all green. I will trade it sometimes on line green, but here is a trade on gold. If you would have taken this trade, I know this was a pullback candle because it's red. Right? Right now that trade's up 16 ticks, 160 bucks. Right? So you have the Money Flow Tracker scanner. Let's see, swap here. All right. You get the scanner for $9.99. You'll get the NDT. So what does the NDT do? The NDT is our trading platform, execution platform. So obviously it looks just like the picture. So this is what it does. Here's YM. You put your ATM here. So I'm just going to click sell on down close. And see, it places the order one tick below the low of this candle if it closes down. Right? I don't want to buy on up close because if this ticks up a little bit, I don't want to be in a trade. So, you just click. If it's setting up for a short, you'll just click sell on down close. And if it comes down and fills you, you're in it, and not, you're not. So that's a $1,499 value that you'll get as part of the package for the first 10 people, right? You'll get the Masterclass series with futures, forex, stocks, and options, right? You'll get 1 month free access to my trading room. And we have done really well with our trading rooms. There was a study done by Dr. Victor Allen, right? And he reviewed more than 225 trading websites and evaluated them using several factors, including transparency. And I showed you my trade journal, proven track record, and likely them assist traders with educational material and online support. And we came out on top. It's published in Traders World and Stock and Commodities magazine, right? So here's our offer that we're doing. And we've never done this before. So this is what you're going to get for the first 10 people. And if you look in the chat box in the GoToWebinar. Rory did not put it in there. Let me go ahead and put it in there. Okay. Copy, paste it. Okay. So I put the link. It's in the chat window. All right. There's the link to purchase. All right. So this is what we're doing. We're going to do 50% off discount using coupon code Black Friday. And we extended this today just for this webinar. Okay, so for the yearly membership, you'll get it at 50% off. Right? If you want to do quarterly membership, we'll give you $500 off. That's for $597. Or if you want to do a monthly membership, we'll give you for $297. And for the first 10 people that come aboard, you're going to get the Money Flow Tracker automated trading strategy as part of your package. You're going to get the NDT, which is $14.99 value, the market scanner, which I showed you. You're going to get a month in my trading room, all the tutorial videos, and you're going to get your software installed by Charles, which is our support guy. He installs all the software. He'll get your chart set up for you, and you'll be ready to go. And then I'll be teaching you how to trade with the software and some of the things that I know about it that will help you. Cassie, most trades are done the first hour of the open. Cannot make it to my computer. You know what? Not really. Not most of our trades aren't done the first, it depends on the day. It depends on the market. It depends on the news. We trade from 9 in the morning till 11:30, 12. It depends on how the market is. All right. And for an extra bonus, we're going to give you the Money Flow Tracker minute chart templates too. No, we do not call options trades in the room. All right. So if you decide to join us, my commitment to you is that, if you subscribe to the Money Flow Tracker software, is to help you become a successful trader. Remember, if you're not successful, it's not your fault. Again, if you're not successful, it's not your fault. You're just not using the right tools to be successful. Okay? I was successful before I found the Money Flow Tracker software, but I wasn't as consistent as I wanted to be. Okay? Since I've been trading with the Money Flow Tracker software, I've been a lot more consistent. I've had a lot more trades that have been, high percentage winners, So look, the Money Flow Track software is totally unique and will give you that edge to trade with the institutional order flow. So again, my commitment to you is not just to teach you how to read the setups. Look, I could teach a 5-year-old how to read the setups. Okay, I could say, listen, if you got a green background and you have this line above this line, and this line's on top of this, and all this down here is either red or green, push this button, all right? But also help you develop that mental mindset you need to have in order to achieve financial independence. Trading is more mental than it is. There's no physical exertion to being a trader. It's all mental. Okay, it's all mental. Casey, yes, I can help you with that. Okay, just give me a little bit and I'll give you a link. Right? You own the software, Casey? It sounds like you already own the software. Oh, you already purchased the software. Okay, I'll take care of that. It says James, you tried to join and it said the coupon was expired. Hold on a second. Let me check something here. Because I know And let's see, coupon code. What was the, oh, jeez. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Oh, the coupon code was Black Friday. BLACKFRY. Apply coupon. I can't believe that. Oh, he's trying to get the coupon code fixed. All right, don't worry about it. We'll still, let's see. No, Brock, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Okay, anyway, we'll get that fixed up. Okay, let's keep going here. So if you would prefer for us to give you a call, actually, James, why don't you put your name and your phone number, and I'll have Rory call you after the webinar, and he'll get everything squared away for you with the coupon code. All right. No, that's not the money flow tracker software. All right. Let's see. All right. So if you put your name in the questions box, James, I'll have Rory give you a call and he'll get you squared away. Okay. Or anybody else, just put your name and your phone number in the questions box and we'll be able to get that coupon code working. Okay, so look, it's a well-known fact that 95 to 98% of day traders and swing traders are losing money, right? I mean, it's a fact. I mean, retail traders, they just take their money and they flush it. They might as well because, okay, Mike and Craig, James, if you want to put yours in there, I'll have him call you also. Anyway, brokers love when retail traders open up an account with $5,000 because you know what? They know that within a month or two, that's going to be gone, right? But not our traders, okay? Our day traders and swing traders are making money. Why? Because when retail traders are flushing their money in the toilet, who's taking it from them, right? Who's taking it from them? Institutional traders. And who are we trading with? Institutional traders, right? We trade with institutional money flow. Yeah, Hector, you have to put the number in too for us to give you a call. All right. Okay. So we're going to get this. Is that really your name, Jim Cramer? Yeah, James Cramer. I'll tell you a quick story. A friend of mine his name was James Cramer, and everybody used to think he was Kramer. He used to have the hardest time. Anyway, so look, we're going to give it to you for half price, no matter what. All right. Coupon code or no coupon code, we'll take your order over the phone. We'll give it to you for half price. You will get the auto trader. You will get the execution platform. You will get the scanner. You'll get a month in the room. You'll get the video tutorials and everything, and you'll get your software white glove installed. And you'll still get the money flow tracker minute templates. Okay? You'll get everything that I'm talking about, and I will definitely make sure of it that you get that. Okay? So this is a video. We probably have 30 or 40 testimonials on this video. But this woman here came to Mark, right? And Mark, she said to Mark, I really want to learn to be a trader, but I don't really know anything about trading. She didn't know anything about Ninja Trader. She didn't know anything about the market. She didn't know anything about anything. And sometimes I wish when I started, I didn't know anything about anything either. But Mark taught her things. And Mark sat down with her and he said to her, he said, look, he said, I want you to do this. I want you to wait for a green or a dark pink background, right? And I want you to look here, and I want you to make sure that we have no red or blue lines in the way, right? And I want you to make sure that the C2, the stair-stepping line on top of the candle, is there, and I want you to make sure that the thin line is below the thick line. And then I want you to look below and make sure everything's green and you have these dots, right? And if you have something in the way, I want you to wait until that candle breaks by 3/4 of the body of the candle right here. And then I want you to wait for a pullback candle that comes down to about half the body. And then I want you to click on buy and upsell. Sounds like a lot, but it's not. Once to do it a few times, it becomes second nature, right? And if she would have done that right here, right? Would have done that right here. This trade went up a total of 67 ticks, right? If you would have traded the exit on, we would have exited on line change. You would have made 50 ticks plus your first profit target of 20 on this trade. So here is another trade. Broke, pull back, go. Easy as that. It really is very simple. And if you don't have anything, like we didn't have anything all day on YM, except at 11:24, which I wasn't here, but we didn't have a whole lot on YM today. Or maybe one trade set up, right? So he said to her, look, I want you to do that. And she did it. And now she's a six-figure trader. And she doesn't trade every day either. If she doesn't have setups, then she doesn't trade. Those horizontal lines are areas that I draw off a 10-minute chart that I learned from a market maker on certain things that I show in the trade room. So here's some other testimonials that people wrote in. Okay, so here's the guy. This is the guy I told you that said I'm the world's worst trader. World's worst trader. I'm thinking about giving up trading. And so he said, look, I'm going to give this my last shot. And I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I'm going to go to this paragraph right here. The money flow tracker, along with David's methodology, his name happens to be David also, and rules for trading allow me to act like a robot and eliminate any guesswork or emotions from my trading. We use the trade entry tool called NDT, which allows us to push a single button to enter the trade when we see the correct setup. Following the rules, so every day it's simple. See setup, push button, see setup, push button, see setup, push button. Now, this is a guy that came to me and told me he's the world's worst trader, that he has no patience for trading. Right now, he's got 7 funded Apex accounts and 7 accounts at Blue Knox. And this guy came to me 6-7 months ago and told me that he's the world's worst trader. And he's done over $9,000 for the month in 9 trading days. Okay. So let's see. What percentage of my results come from the MNQ Auto Trader? It depends. Some weeks we get a lot of trades on it, and some weeks we don't get hardly any trades. You know, it all depends on the market conditions and if the market is trending. Okay, if the market's not trending, I'm not going to get a setup. And that's really the bottom line. If there's no setup, there's no trade. Period. There's no fudging, there's no nothing. It's either a qualified setup, because here's the thing. If you take a qualified setup, right? If you take a qualified setup and you lose, right? And the trade loses, okay, we didn't do anything wrong, just the market didn't cooperate. Okay? It happens. It's part of trading. That's why they call it trading. Okay? Then, you know, okay. You know, and the bottom line is we're going to do 50% off for anybody that's here in the webinar. Okay, we're going to give you the auto trader. We're going to give you the execution platform, the market scanner, the trade room, the tutorials, and have your software installed for you. Okay, and you'll get the bonuses on top of that. So again, 1 second. Again, just put your name and your phone number in the questions box, and we'll get you all set up. All right. If you want us to call you, we'll call you right after the webinar, or if you want us to call you in the morning. Let's see. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put this back up again. Hold on 1 second. All righty. So Michael Alexander said you can call him tomorrow. Jeremy, did you already put your name and your phone number in there, Jeremy? I will, thank you, Al Noon. I'll tell Rory about that, Jeremy, what you asked me to ask me. Let's see. Casey, you're already a member. Let me see something here. I'm going to give you this, Casey. I just hope this works for you. I'm going to send you this in a privately. Okay. All right. That's pretty much it. Rory will give you a call. We're going to get the I don't know why we should have checked the coupon code before. Really, the coupon code expired last night at midnight. All right, Fred, we'll call you also in the morning. All right, James. I'm going to have Rory call you, try to get him to call you tonight or tomorrow afternoon. Let's see. Okay. You want to see my trade journal and my P&Ls? Okay, so this is for November. And for November, we are currently up 14,395. This is what we've done each week in November. The first week we did 6,000. The second week we did 2,895. The third week we did 1,200. The fourth week we did 3,270. And this week so far we're up 960. Okay, this is what we've done on the monthly basis. This is our equity curve. Okay, Mike B. All right, everybody, we'll be calling you. I hope to see everybody in my webinar. All right, Al Noon, Rory can call you in the morning. What else? Let's see. All righty. Well, I really thank you for attending my webinar, this webinar. I hope you learned something. I look forward to working with each and one of you in the trade room. We're coming into, maybe December, usually a pretty decent month, but you never know. You never know from day to day. Okay, everybody, again, thank you, and we will see you next time or in the trade room. I'd love to see you guys in the trade room. I think we could really get you on track and get you away from not losing money. Okay? Take care. Good night. And God bless everybody. God bless America. Bye-bye.